Most creatives think that choosing the perfect colour for their project means memorising the colour wheel or spending hours and hours learning colour theory. I have great news because you don't need a fine arts degree to make great colour choices. It's much easier than you think. Let me show you 12 simple hacks that will uncomplicate colour theory and dramatically change the way you choose colours for your projects. You'll get 10 times better results and save yourself a lot of stress with these simple ideas. They're so simple. My absolute favourite is number 11 because it's a game changer. Trick number 1 is to let your scrapbook collections do the work for you. There's so much that goes into creating a collection of supplies. Teams of people have decided what themes, icons, and of course, colours to use, and they really know their stuff. Why not use the work they've already done in creating the collection work for you? This is one of the main reasons that I only ever scrapbook with a collection or a scrapbooking kit. I don't have to worry about what goes with what because I've let industry professionals do the work for me. I can let the entire collection inspire me, or I can take one sheet of pattern paper and work just from the colours featured there. Remember, a team of people, including trained graphic artists, have decided what colours to combine. So why not use their expertise for your page? Trick number 2 is to replicate and repeat. Even if you really struggle with colour combinations, I'm sure you've made pages that you love. Colour combinations on a layout that spark joy. Now's the time to be inspired by your own work and replicate it. Use the same colours used in pages you already love to create new ones. Oh, and here's a side tip. This idea doesn't just work for colours, you can use it for scrapbook layout design as well. Scrap lifting yourself can be an absolute game changer. Trick number 3 is to use online resources to find colour combinations you love. Pinterest is a great place to start and you have 2 options here. You can find layout inspiration and copy the colour combinations on those pages. Or you can search for colour palettes and use those, but just be aware of how much time you are using. Pinterest can be a bit of a rabbit hole when it comes to inspiration. It's best to set aside a specific amount of time, jump on into Pinterest and save a stack of inspiration all at once. So you have a bank of ideas and inspiration ready to go when you have the time to create. I'll be sure to leave a link to my Pinterest in the description box below because I already have a bunch of ideas pinned and waiting there for you. Tip number 4 is to be inspired by what's around you. Everywhere you look, you'll find colour combinations, from the interior decor of a local coffee shop or a beautiful bunch of flowers. Trust me, the more you look, the more you'll find. When you find a colour combination that you love, take a photo of it and then you can use that as inspiration for your next project. I hope you're finding the tips I'm sharing today really useful, and if you are, I would love it if you would subscribe. Subscribing tells me that my videos are inspiring and helpful to you, and it also means that you'll be notified when I create more. While the tips I've shared so far are some of my favorites, what if you want to use colors that are inspired by the photos that you want to use on your project? Not to worry, I've got plenty of tips for that too. Trick number 5 is to use a color palette generator. A what? A color palette generator. Yes, these are totally a thing, but they do come with a warning, especially for creative people. Here's how it works. You simply upload your digital photo and it will create a color palette based on the colors in the image. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description box below, but a word of warning, this idea can be super time consuming. It's like Pinterest. You might find yourself spending more time creating color palettes than you are actually creating projects. Not good. It's super easy to get carried away, and rather than spending a couple of hours creating a project, you will have spent it sitting behind a computer. I've also found the AI generated palettes can be a little matchy-matchy, so this is not one of my go-to methods. I've actually found a much better way. These are my color cubes, and with these, choosing colors just became way more fun. You simply pick a card from the box, match your supplies, and begin creating. It's so easy. There are hundreds of different color options in here. Each card gives you a color palette of 5 colors that coordinate wonderfully, and an inspirational image so you can see what they'll look like together. I love how I can match the color palettes to my photo and easily see what the combination's going to look like. On the back, you get names of the colors and their hex code. This is a code that's great for digital artists. You'll notice too that the color runs right to the edge, so you can easily see how your supplies will match the color on the card. If you'd like to learn more about the color cubes, I'll be sure to link them in the description box below. I know as a scrapbooker, your photos are the focus, so it makes sense to draw color inspiration directly from them. And that's why I've got lots more ways that you can do that. Trick number 6 is to be inspired by the location in your photos. Photos taken in the snow? Why not pair them with blue and white color tones? Do you have a beach holiday to document? Then try bright, happy colors, including a sunny yellow. But this idea isn't just about weather and seasons, so I have another example. Let's say you're documenting a wedding. Why not choose the colors of the bridesmaids' dresses as a starting point? You can then bring in colors from the church decor or the gardens. These colors will naturally be in the background of your photos, so using them in the supplies will give you a really cohesive look. Trick number 7 is to let the colors in your page convey the personality of the people in your photo. That sounded complicated, but it can be as simple as using primary colors for photos of school-aged children, or more natural tones for outdoorsy types. You could also try using their favorite color. The big benefit of this is that the project will feel very personal to the person in the photo. This is a great technique if you're ever making a project that's going to be a gift. Trick number 8 is to use colors that match a theme. Play to traditions here. So yes, I'm talking red and pink for Valentine's, red and green for Christmas, and orange and browns for autumn and fall pages. These are not the rules, and you can get adventurous with color, but they're tried and true for a good reason. It's perfectly fine to rely on them when you're stuck because they will never let you down. Trick number 9 is to base your colors on the mood of the story you're trying to tell. How you feel about a color combination will tell you a lot about the photos that you should pair with it. A super simple example would be to use cozy, warm brown tones for an autumn or fall photo. Remember, the whole idea of scrapbooking is to tell your family stories, and creating with the right colors can really help you do that. I have 3 more ideas to share with you, and if at this stage you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed by what I've shared so far, stick with me because these last 3 are my absolute favorites. They are so simple and they're really going to help. Oh yes, and if you're watching this and you have another idea for choosing colors that you love that I haven't shared, help a creative friend out and be sure to leave that in the comments below so that we can all learn from each other. On to trick number 10, which is a bit of a hack actually. So if choosing colors is really tricky for you, you can avoid it altogether and use just one color on your projects. You may have already heard of this. It is called a monochromatic color scheme, and it's a thing. To achieve this look, you choose one color and add black and white. You are only going to be working with shades and tints of that particular color, so you're not mixing and matching colors at all. There is something strikingly beautiful about these pages, so well worth trying this technique if you're just not feeling the whole color combination thing. Trick number 11 is my favorite way to deal with photos that have a lot of colors in them. These photos can be really hard to match with papers. Which colors do you choose to draw out of the photo when there's so many to choose from? Are you ready for the best tip ever? Print these photos in black and white. You won't be eliminating the need to choose colors, but you will be giving yourself total freedom over the color choices that you make. It's a game changer, right? You can completely forget about matching your photo to your papers. Just print it out in black and white. I'll use this trick whenever I want to use up specific papers in my stash. It's a really good way of using older collections that you've found hard to use in the past. Print in black and white, and no matter what, they will match your photo. Trick number 12 is a mindset one. Don't overthink it and don't get too overwhelmed. It's only paper, and it is absolutely okay to let your heart decide what you like and what you don't. You don't have to follow any rules. There are no rules in scrapbooking, and there are no scrapbook police who are going to come and get you for doing the wrong thing. What even is the wrong thing? If you think the colors look good together, then go for it. I really also want to mention here that matchy-matchy is not a thing. It's so not a thing. Don't do it. If anyone ever tries to tell you that you need the perfect exact shade of purple on your page that's in your photo, you have my permission to ignore them. It's actually a lot easier to purposefully not match the colors in your photos exactly, but rather to choose shades of that same color. Don't try matching your cardstock to the exact color in your photo. It's so not necessary. Firstly, it's super hard, and I think a bit of an unrealistic expectation that there would be a perfectly coordinated shade of cardstock in your stash to match every photo that you have. And secondly, I personally think it looks better when you have a range of colors, a depth of color from your photo through to the layout. Save yourself a lot of stress and think about the colors in your photo more as tones, and just stick with those color families. So you now have a bunch of ideas and ways that you can choose colors for your projects. But what if choosing colors is not what's stopping you from being creative? What if the problem's bigger than that and you've completely lost your creative mojo? Don't worry, I'm here to help with that too. Watch this video next to learn my best tips for finding creative joy and getting to craft again. If you're overwhelmed, tired, or just not sure what to make next, this video is for you. I'll see you all again very soon. Until then, bye!